Hello everyone, and welcome to the How to Fulfill Your Continuing Professional Education Requirements webinar brought to you by the Canadian Payroll Association. My name is Liz, and I am the CPE representative with the certification team here at the CPA. Today, together with Chris Pacella, Manager of Certification, we will be walking you through the Canadian Payroll Association's Continuing Professional Education Requirements, or CPE for short. We will be discussing what CPE is, the duration and cycle length of the Canadian Payroll Association CPE requirements, as well as the numerous ideas on how you can easily fulfill your CPE. CPE is mandatory for most professional certifications and designations. Let's get started by discussing what the Canadian Payroll Association CPE requirements entails.
As a PCP certification holder, you're required to complete and declare 14 hours of continuing professional education on an annual basis. For CPM certification holders, the annual CPE requirement is 21 hours. Your CPE cycle runs from January 1st to December 31st each year. Through CPE, you remain up to date on new developments in payroll and related legislation and advance our profession. It's also important to add that employees who constantly update their skills increase their value and are more likely to advance within their organization. We encourage you to plan carefully so you can earn your hours throughout the annual cycle and not leave it to the last minute.
The Association recognizes the recent educational investments and hard learnings that new certified members have undertaken to achieve certification. And as such, the first CPE cycle will not start until January 1st, 2 years after you are first certified. For example, if you were newly certified in 2017, your first CPE cycle will not start until January 1st, 2019. In this scenario, the new certified holder will have until December 31st of 2019 to obtain and submit CPE Declaration.
The CPA website provides certified members with a list of approved CPE activities. This list is just a guideline to provide you with some ideas on ways in which you can satisfy your CPE requirement. Accepted CPE activities are not limited to just the activities listed. There are so many different options that are accepted, we can't possibly list them all. Review this information since it can guide you on how to select and fulfill your CPE requirement and provide you with some tips. The Canadian Payroll Association CPE requirement can be fulfilled through new learning within human resources, accounting, finance, communications, tax, and most business disciplines. With the rise of the Internet came many new avenues of learning, such as online courses, podcasts, or webinars, many of which are free or low cost. For example, the Canada Revenue Agency has many free webinars on tax or payroll topics. Reading a professional magazine such as Dialogue or HR Reporter can give you 2 hours of CPE per cycle. Things that you already do at work, such as providing or receiving internal training, and work projects or initiatives, such as implementing a new payroll system, can also count towards CPE. Remember, the activity must be considered new learning in order to qualify. Another source of free CPE hours is volunteering in your local community, such as providing free bookkeeping services to a local church or charity. We offer professional development opportunities specifically designed to help meet the challenges faced by people involved with payroll and increase the value they deliver to their organization. Staying compliant is one of the biggest challenges and risks that payroll practitioners and their organizations face. Here are some examples of our popular seminars and webinars. To see the full list and whether a seminar is available in a city near you, please go to our website and find the detailed information under the CPA Events tab.
It is important to remember that once you obtain the required hours, a CPE declaration must be submitted online through the Association's website to confirm that the CPE requirement has been met by the December 31st deadline each year. The CPE declaration button shown here is available on the CPA website homepage as well as the CPE landing page. Clicking on the CPE Declaration button will take you to the CPE Declaration page where you can see your current CPE cycle start and end dates along with your CPE cycle status and where you can submit the CPE Declaration.
We would like to ensure that you're aware of your CPE cycle and help you fulfill your CPE requirement. Throughout the year, we'll send multiple reminders by email and mail. It is your responsibility to keep the contact information up to date at all times. If you've changed your email address or happen to be on a leave of absence from your work, please ensure you update your email address with us to ensure you get the important notifications you need. Additionally, ensure CPA emails are not being blocked by your organization's firewall if you're using your work account. There is a CPE logging tool available on the CPA website that allows you to track your CPE hours. However, the CPA does not monitor the hours logged. Use of the CPE activity tracking tool is encouraged to assist you in keeping your CPE organized. However, usage is not mandatory. It is only made available for your convenience. You can also develop your own system to track your CPE, such as on an Excel spreadsheet you keep saved on your desktop. A CPE declaration must be submitted once you obtain your required CPE hours, even if the CPE activity tracking tool has been used. The View, Edit, Delete page gives you access to view all the details about a certain activity that you have logged or has been logged for you by the Canadian Payroll Association. Here is where you can edit or delete any CPE activities that you've logged during your current cycle, should you choose to use the logging tool to track your CPE. Some of the activities have an Edit or Delete button beside them, and some only have a View button. You can only view the activities that have been taken directly through the Canadian Payroll Association. However, you can edit or delete the activities that have been completed outside of the CPA that you log yourself. Most activities completed directly through the CPA will appear in your CPE activity tracking tool automatically. Since the compliance with the Canadian Payroll Association's CPE requirement is based on the submission of the declaration, random audits are conducted on a percentage of the certified membership each year. If you're chosen for a CPE audit, you'll be required to provide supporting documentation whenever available to detail how your CPE requirement was fulfilled. Supporting documentation would include receipts and invoices for purchased learning or proof of registration for any free learning. You should hold on to your supporting CPE documentation for at least 2 years to ensure it's available for a potential audit. Let's look at some of the benefits you'll gain from an individual perspective. Through CPE, you can take your career to the next level and complement your knowledge. Payroll technology is constantly changing, and the best way to stay current is by completing your annual CPE requirement. It also allows you to stay on top of the over 200 ever-changing payroll regulations and legislation in Canada and stay up to date on payroll knowledge and competencies. With greater knowledge and experience, you'll have more internal resources to draw on for new ideas. CPE increases self-esteem, motivation, and creates more career flexibility. It will be easier for you to move in new directions when you want or need to, either within or outside your current organization.
In order to survive in today's competitive global markets, companies are required to continuously improve themselves. CPE ensures that certified employees remain up to date and relevant. It will enhance their abilities and develop new skills to improve organizational performance. CPE builds innovation and best practices, as well as increasing the organization's intellectual properties. It promotes a sense of team, as employees can often complete CPE activities together, share new ideas with the organization, and ultimately contribute to the success of their business.
We'd like to thank you for your attention and interest in learning more about the CPE requirement. We encourage you to take the next step by registering for Canadian Payroll Association professional development seminars and webinars on our website at payroll.ca, all of which will count towards satisfying your CPE requirement. Should you have any questions about the CPE requirement or activities that would qualify, please visit our website or feel free to contact our friendly staff.